Alright, boom. Beta squad Cookoff challenge. This time with Chunkz. Last week he did Kenny. Pause. Uh, he cooked against Kenny, and AJ won because Kenny can't cook. He's been hit in the head too many times.
Squad Cookoff. Today we have the short kid going up against the singer, Chunkz Bieber.
Specialty dish Victoria sponge. Ratatouille, that's crazy.
Previously, on the last episode, AJ obliterated Kenny, making it 1-0 against the Beta Squad. Can
1-0.
Chunkz Bieber take down this little kid? The dish they'll be making today is a cake.
It's time for the second episode of the Beta Squad Cook-Off, and today my opponent is Chunkz, the biggest tryhard in cooking history. Hopefully he actually talks to me today.
Now, I've done this quite a bit with AJ, and he's a very rash, crazy type of chef, so I'm very confident. I think I've got the dub in the bag. I don't know what we're making, but I know I've won.
Today we're going to be making some cakes. Are you ready?
Oh, I like cake.
I want to say one thing.
I like cake too.
Tryhard and everything.
Oh, that's me!
You don't even talk. You just
No.
on my life. I want to cut to every single Chunkz video where he's like this. As you can see, I'm the one talking, enjoying with you guys. But let's look at this tryhard.
Okay, cool. You know, this one, because it's not like actual cooking, I can be much more chill.
Yeah, but I want you to try hard.
Yeah, I am. Now, baking is a difficult task because it's not the same as cooking, but I have made a cake once before and it was very nice because I like to follow a recipe. But today, obviously, we won't be following a recipe, so it's going to be difficult.
What cake are you going to make?
I'm going to make just a normal Victoria sponge cake. Not going to go too complex because at the end of the day, I don't have ingredients, I don't have a recipe, so I'm going to have to go off of my head of what, because I've made a cake before and it was solid. I'm going to keep it basic today, man. Victoria sponge cake, very easy to make. I'm not trying to overcomplicate things because, again, like I said, I don't have a recipe.
Oh, so you're a cake expert?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But that was the recipe, so now I'm going to have to remember what I made.
Alright, cool. And me, I was going to make creme brulee. But I have no idea on how to make a cake. Everything today will be just from my memory of what I think cakes are made out of and just my eyes. So, with no further ado, the timer starts right now. I'm going to start off with 2 eggs.
No knives? You know what? I can. One thing about this house.
Right there. You want to open your eyes, maybe?
Yeah,
open your eyes.
Yeah, that's good.
This guy's saying, wait. When it's right there, we're going to grab our bowl. So we're going to crack that real quick. This is a technique that I learned, yeah? Twist.
Twist is crazy.
What?
And this is I'm going to show you a different technique.
That is the most disgusting thing I've seen in my fucking life. Wallah, you are a mess. This guy is a hayawan. He's an animal. Why am I coming up against these people? Look, he's biting eggs.
I don't want to show off, okay? That was just a skill I learned in Mozambique when I was out there traveling for a few days. And yeah, that's just a way not to get your eggshells in your cake.
Bro, you know, let me tell you one thing about cakes, yeah? I swear you will realize after you make them how much cake you have to put in.
Wait, so you're telling me every time we have cake, that much sugar goes into my
Bro,
system?
in my life, I swear to God, bro. Well, you're not having the whole cake to your ones, are you? You're not, you're having a slice. And now we've got the whiskey. Hey, when the whiskey. Look at this, look what they gave me. Look what they gave me over here, guys. They gave me this with this. So how's that gonna stick there? Wallahi, come on, guys. This is a ridiculous house I'm staying at. One thing about this house, I'm gonna tell you, yeah? I never have the right equipment. I need a whisk, and they're trying to tell me to use my fingers. And it's granulated sugar. Guys, I've been set up. Usually you need caster sugar to make a cake.
Look at this try-hard. Shut up. I have the same things as you.
Yeah, but you're an idiot.
Okay,
So it's a difference. I have to whisk it until it's light and soft and fluffy. How am I going to get it with my fingers?
Okay, so the only thing is, I don't have anything to actually measure how much is going in. So on my life, this is just going to be with the eyes. Since we don't have a recipe of anything, I'm just eyeballing everything, pouring everything in and just hoping that that's the right amount it should be. This is the biggest freestyle cake that's ever been made. Is that enough oil?
What do you need oil for?
That's what you need to add.
I can't. This guy is making breakfast. He's not making a cake. Listen, eggs, oil. What are you making?
How much grams? Anyone know how much grams of butter I need to use it? Alright. I'm just gonna freestyle this, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What happens here?
Well, Chunkz Bieber, that sound means
Bieber.
it's time for your first question. When was the last time Chunkz featured in a More AJ video? The closest person to the date wins.
So you start off then. 'Cause I don't know. It's your channel.
Brother, you're the human that we're talking about.
Okay, what does that mean? I don't know the last time I
It's been
was
a
on
very
my own
long
channel.
time since you've been on this channel. I'll be honest with you. It's been very long.
been a long time.
You know what? Maybe we work together on the first one. You don't know the last video.
Bro, I don't know,
I think
bro.
the last video that we done was a snack video.
Okay, cool. So then, yeah, go on.
Snacks.
Go on. Then you
How long ago was that? Does that feel like?
felt like a year ago.
I'll say, well, right now it's October. Okay, I'm gonna say somewhere in June or July. I'm gonna say July 14th.
2024.
17th.
I'm gonna say June 14th.
The last video you were in, Chunkz, was turning cheap food into gourmet. And that was on the 9th of April, 2024.
So you're telling me
April.
So you're telling me I done all the work and he just went a bit.
Well, that's life. It's life, man.
That
Does that
is.
mean he doesn't spin the wheel?
You're the only one spinning the wheel this round.
Shush, Chunkz,
There's a
man.
real calculated time on when
Shush.
you do the challenge. So
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What the hell? So what's the point of doing this whole thing then?
Okay, I need to go.
Sax and soul. Sax and soul have the same thing.
Need to put this in here.
Yeah, crazy.
I want to go to the wheel now. One sec. Just need to. How do you open this? Nah, this isn't open now. Can you open this, please? That much? I think this is how you do it. If I remember correctly, you put everything in here. 3, 2, 1. I swear, if this says forfeit now all my life, I might as well just leave. What's that song we did? I'm gonna make a cake. Cake.
Gonna make cake.
Cake. Cake. Cake. Cake. Cake. Cake. Cake. Cake. Cake. Cake. Cake. Cake.
Look at recipe! How do you do that?
Those alien dance moves actually helped the little kid out. He landed on recipe, so for the next 2 minutes, he is basically allowed to cheat.
Listen, I'm gassed to get all the ingredients, but there's only one downside to it. I've already made everything. So all I could really do is just double check if I was correct or not. And I think I was pretty off. It's fine though. It's a bit sweeter. A bit oil that probably shouldn't have been in there. It's fine. They won't notice. 2 minutes of the game. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Maybe talk to me and see. Tell me.
Okay, it says 2 scoops of grain sugar.
Grain sugar.
It says here, spit in your food 3 times. Oh yeah. 4 eggs. Oh, I probably should have mixed it a little bit as we were going. Oh fuck. This is the only ingredients list.
Hey, come on, man, help me. Hey, stop! Well, let's stop. Stop.
Okay. Alright, here you go. Here you go. Sorry. All my life?
Yeah.
I think I needed water in here.
How long left until we have to stop making a cake?
Oh, that's what it was. I didn't even add no freaking butter. Time to add our butter.
Where's the thing, sorry?
Cake
Butter.
mixer that you've been using, yeah?
Put it out first. You got me?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna make it in this one. Shall I make a layered cake?
Warm milk. What you want to do with your warm milk is just... That's not warm enough, is it? Pour your warm milk on the butter like that. What you want to do is just smash that in there like that.
Put some lemon zest in this one.
No, come closer to this one.
Skill out, wallah. Wallah, be careful.
Doesn't reach.
Say wallah.
Hey!
Leave it on side, bro. That's a crazy thing to do. I'm gonna hold it for you.
Look at the chefing skills.
Aye, on the level, wallah,
Oh,
no greater.
You know the problem is, yeah? I love it when people doubt me. But I can't say that yet. I need to try it first. Alright. I'm about to give myself a very honest review right here. You know, every chef has to be honest with themselves. This is where we find out if I'm going to be winning this challenge or not. You lost. You lost. Try that. Try
So
it.
that's good?
Try it.
In fact, I'm trying. This is mad after I saw what you can. It's decent.
Don't say decent.
It's good.
You see that face right there? That's the face of, oh shit, there's a challenge.
You know what I hate about AJ, yeah? He makes it look so chaotic and then it ends up being alright.
Don't say alright, you see, you know the man try to downplay you.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to give AJ some credit because, like I said, it is very erratic in the kitchen, but he always comes out with some type of end product, so I have to respect it.
The problem is Chunkz has forgot to add some oil. Can't wait for that to stick.
No, I fucked up there.
Yeah, if you were a chef, maybe you would have known. What are you doing? It's crazy. He knew that it would get stuck there. Say thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much.
No, it's alright, no problem.
It's time for your questions. AJ, we'll start with you.
Alright.
You're in a race, and you overtake the person in second place. What position are you in now?
You're in second place. Well, you think I'm an idiot?
I'm actually surprised. You do have some brain cells in that tiny head of yours. Chunkz Bieber, it's your turn.
Huh?
If there's a bowl with 6 apples and you take 4, how many apples do you have?
4.
6 because you took away 4. But you had all 6 of them.
What an idiot. The correct answer is 4.
What?
Yes!
You have 2 that are still there. What happened to the 2?
I asked you how many apples you have, and you have 4 because you took 4.
Go with me, wheel. I'm not gonna lie to you, I like your texture more.
Time to spin the wheel, 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 spin the wheel. Look at the recipe. What do you mean? That's hassle.
That's where anything happened.
Dad, you didn't tell me that it takes out. So you don't want to tell me heads up?
Go ahead. What does that change? Me telling you heads up.
So no one wants to tell me the rules. Oh, God. What the hell? What? Why did no one tell me this? Did you tell me that? Who told me the rules? Who told me the rules? Who told me the rules? Who told me the rules?
Spin the wheel.
That's hassle. Well, that's hassle.
Spin the damn wheel.
And I just clock. What is good here?
Freeze is actually good. If you get freeze, it's decent. You're not really cooking it. Hot sauce. Please get hot sauce. Please get hot sauce.
Free pass, baby! That's my lord. You don't let me down.
Yeah.
He knows I was hard done by. So what happened? Free pass. Free! I'm free. I'm a black man and I'm free. Pass. Okay, I need a lemon zest. Where's it? Oh, there we go. There we go. Go, go. There we go. There we go. Go, go. There we go. There we go. Go, go.
Oh, you're making like a lemonade?
Don't rub me.
Oh, you're already making your musical. It's all boring, you know that. You're already making icing.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to teach you guys a little one-on-one basics. But what I want you to do is obviously have some zest, have a bit of squeeze of lemon with that sweetness, acidity. It's going to be a good compilation of concoction.
Looks like the boys are done making their cake batter. Hopefully, they don't leave it in the oven for too long. It actually looks good.
Remember, mine's right, yeah?
I can't, no, don't worry about it. I don't even think I want to be yours.
Let me just test this. When was the last time you had a strawberry?
Me? Yeah.
Underrated.
You know what?
Dry one. It's incredible.
I can't see them to the best. I love Anna. That's good.
Alright, Chunkz, your cake has actually come out really well.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it.
Oh my god, okay, it's time to take mine out. Mine was a bit thicker. Oh! I probably should not let my competitor handle my cake. Hey, take a whiff of that cake.
That's good. It smells like my life, generally.
Usually we let it sit a little bit, but today we ain't got time. I've got a feeling everything I've done, it's gonna be useless now. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, GG.
What? Wallahi, that looks good. That on my mum's life, that looks elite.
Yeah, play.
Whoa!
Bro, what are you doing? No, leave it! What are you... Okay, I'm a bit of a pussy when it comes to heat, okay? Chunkz has burnt, like, most of his nails off anyway, so I was like, you know what, you might as well go, since it won't affect you anyway. And then he started sabotaging my cake. He started flipping the cake around, started gripsing the cake, and doing things that you shouldn't be doing. So first thing you want to do, yeah? You want to slice this cake up. You know what, I'm going to leave this for you. We are going to slice it up.
No, I can't lie, I'm having fun today. I'm done already, bitch. What do you mean?
Oh my god. Look at that split.
That don't look good, surely. Why are you trying to come? What's wrong with you? What cake is this?
You stop worrying about me. That's the problem with you. You worry too much about me. When you're thinking about cake, you're probably thinking about something like this, right? Something...
Nah.
I don't know. This is basic, in my opinion. It looks like a dry cake. I'm going to show you what a real cake is. I'm going to slice it up nicely. Layer it up on the table. Some nice sauce. This is like a cake.
Yeah. So I have to do that. Look, I have to do. Wallahi, is that come on, that with a bit of custard. I fucking made it.
You worry about your little dry cake that you're trying to kill someone with diabetes.
That's what we need though with cake.
He said that's what you need. Next up, we've got Nutella. We are going to get it and we're going to drop all of it into it.
All of it?
Can't wait to see yours, you know.
You keep talking about mine.
I'm excited.
You haven't talked once about your own.
I'm excited about yours, that's what I'm saying.
Are you sure?
Yeah, can't wait to
The
see it.
smell on my side is incredible. Right, Okay, we got the hot water now. What is put on top? Oh, yeah. I spill it. Spit the hot water. Okay, here we go. That's some nice blueberries cut right there.
Hey,
You're touching it.
Come on, man.
Stop
Come
touching
on,
my.
man. Listen.
Can you let me finish?
Can I just show the camera for
Stop
content?
feeding these guys.
No, let me just show
Okay,
the content.
okay, go ahead.
Let's show the content, yeah? Manager's got Wagyu sirloin cake.
You know what?
Like, medium well.
Aye.
Look, and then what's
Medium rare.
Okay, so that's what you're gonna do to my cake, yeah?
Come on,
Cool.
man.
You know what it is? I can't wait till when he loses. I can't wait.
If you lose, then whoever tastes it is an actual nuts.
You'll know. You'll see.
You know, Karen more? Because he threw that one away, we'll taste this one.
You know what? Yeah. You try that? You try that.
One lie if you win. One lie. I will not come back on my AJ. I'm telling you that.
By the way.
Listen, just take this, man.
Get that away from me.
Just
That
take
horrible
it.
bread.
See, that's how it's meant to go. Look.
Yo, when you not taste this,
How you thinking? 74 minutes?
don't worry about me, yeah? We have completed our cakes. Chunkz really thinks he won. I'm telling you this right now. This is the easiest win. I've said that multiple times.
It's time to bring in the Michelin star chef.
Yeah, crazy. How you doing? So it's not a Michelin star chef. It's Nico with his chest hair sticking out, a football shirt and a delivery hat. He's a mess. You think I care about anything this guy has to say?
Hey, wow.
Cool.
We've got cake here. I was told how we were reviewing cakes and then we've got slices of toast it seems, so fair enough.
It's cake that's been cut up.
It just looks like bread, which was slightly buttered and then they slam the head over it.
Listen, man. I told you, this guy, he's erratic. He's crazy. He was cutting up that cake and it looked like sirloin steak, medium rare. Like, it was bouncy. I know I've got this in the bag, man. It was a mess.
Before you get into this is cake de vola. You know about that?
Voila.
This is how we serve cake in Michelin star restaurants.
Oh, you know
we
that.
don't.
I'm a Michelin star chef.
Yeah, but I've been to Michelin star restaurants.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
And what they do is they cut up your cake for you, so it's a real experience, an elegant experience that you're having right here. Here you'll find a mix between blueberries and strawberries. Also a nice mix in there with some vanilla. This is the best
Oh,
cake.
that sounds quite good. That sounds interesting.
It's a lot of mixes in there.
Okay.
Yeah, if you cut it, just when you have it, don't eat all of it.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, I was hoping to sandwich it up and stack it.
You can take slices and by hand if you want. You can do what you want. So dive into the world of Adwava. You're really tasting all the flavors. Yeah, you're questioning right now. How did I make this, or did I buy it from a 5-star Michelin restaurant? No, I'll ask them for you.
Also, it's a bit chewy.
Yeah.
Maybe marginally good.
maybe need one more hour.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, the Nutella and the strawberries are absolutely
Oh,
wonderful.
the things that you can buy from the shops. Okay, good.
Okay, no, it's
That's
actually handmade. Listen, Nico likes Nutella. This is an easy win for me again. He's gonna eat that cake and he's gonna enjoy it, and then I'm gonna win and I'm gonna defeat the whole base squad.
So how did you handmade the Nutella?
So what we done? We started off in Peru, and when we were in Peru, what we done? We started.
You got the
off with,
cocoa beans.
You know, soil plantation, which is basically you feed fertilizer into the grass, which you then grow your beans through the trees.
Yeah, I can see you keep going with Nutella,
This
yeah.
is not regular Nutella right here.
It's pretty regular, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
You make
Did
it
you make that Nutella yourself?
Yeah. No, that's.
This is actually Victoria sponge with a lemon crispy crust frosting, and I made the frosting myself.
Did you?
Yes, I actually did. So with some springs on top. I know you're a fan of chocolate, but I thought, let me try to take you out of your comfort zone and have you try something different, because if you wanted to try Nutella, you can go to the shops. This is the crust section here, so if you like the crust, like the harder bit, and if you like the actual softer bit, maybe it's up to you what you want.
So when I look at this, I see diabetes.
Yeah, and this is what it's about.
Is it?
It's about that.
It is. It's your cake,
It's an
man.
interesting approach, but I'll give it a go. Very fine experience. The zest of lemon.
Yes.
My teeth are internally fighting
Yeah.
against all of these.
No, but that's what it's about. It's about having fun, having a fight.
A lot of crunch.
Yeah.
What's the crunch from?
It's a teething period. I'm just learning.
Have you tried it?
No.
The crunchiness is not.
When Nico took a bite of Chunkz' cake, I was hearing fireworks in his mouth. So much crunching, earthquake going on in his mouth. So I don't know what's going on in there, but this is automatically means I win.
I'll be honest, I was losing my mind there. Didn't know what I was doing. Just having some fun. I wanted it to be covered in sprinkles, but in hindsight, I wouldn't have done that. I think I was just scared because AJ's presentation is always kind of decent.
I want to actually explore the flavours.
Explore it. Explore it.
I would say, yeah, the dots, but it's a fluffy, at least it's cooked.
Yeah.
Lemon zest. If you added a bit of Nutella, I must say it would have been nicer.
Fair enough.
But if I had to pick a winner, and that's why I'm here, Mr. Deliveroo, that's me, I will say, please could I take both your hands? And the winner is... Sorry, what were your names? I don't know either of you.
Mr. Deliverer.
Mr. Deliverer is your name as well.
You gotta
I
say-
thought we were family.
Family.
Oh,
You never let family.
oh my
Glazing.
God.
You see the glazing right now?
Okay, what's your name? Little one?
No, the winner. Come on, winner.
Winner.
Cool, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And the winner is... Mr. Deliverer!
Honestly, bring me a competent chef. Like, AJ is a joke. He only was decent once in that little pasta video where he had the burger on it. That was alright, I'll be honest, that was solid. But bring me someone a bit better, man. Of course I was going to win.
Well, well. Guess the little kid's undefeated streak only lasted one episode.
Turn it off. Turn it off, turn it off. Turn it off!
Half of the hood still hate me crazy. This is so funny. I buried my dad, but I'm not sure if it was my dad. What's this? Okay, let's see this actually.
In December 2019, Mikel Arteta was appointed head coach of Arsenal. At the time, he was considered a Pep Guardiola acolyte. An assistant to Guardiola at Manchester City since 2016, he was to be the heir apparent, raised to protect the traditions developed by Guardiola across a glittering career. 5 years on, though, while Arteta has turned Arsenal into one of the best football teams in the world, he's done so via a perhaps unexpected route. This is the story of how and where Mikel Arteta deviated from Guardiola's tactical pathway.
Still nothing to show for it. They got one dinner plate in the 2020 FA Cup final. They got one dinner plate and two we nearly had them. Arsenal, man. Fucking wankers.
Guardiola isn't secretive about his tactical blueprint. My dream is to shut our 11 opponents up in their area and prevent them from crossing the halfway line, he said. And this is the modern interpretation of attack being the best form of defence. Guardiola wants to defend, but with the ball. Because if you've got the ball, your opponent can't score. And what safer form of defending could there be than that? But this comes at a cost. By forcing the opponent into their own penalty box, Guardiola is working against the logic that most football managers follow. The received wisdom is create space when you have the ball and deny space when you don't. Guardiola is proposing the opposite. Prevent space in possession by forcing your opponent to defend compactly and leave yourself vulnerable to counters by allowing big spaces to open up behind you. However, it works. Despite the risk, Guardiola's teams have been able to control games in such a way that they score more goals than they concede, and as a result, win more games than they lose. So effective has this approach proved to be that it's dominated the tactical conversation over the last decade, and everyone expected Mikel Arteta to follow in these footsteps. Arsenal finished 8th in their first 2 seasons under Arteta. It was a bit underwhelming. There was an FA Cup win in 2020, but at the time it didn't feel as though it necessarily fit the bigger picture. But in hindsight, this was part of the process. First and foremost, Arteta wanted to make Arsenal better without the ball. When he arrived at the club, the defensive numbers were poor and threatening to get worse. The immediate task was to halt this decline. Only then could he start worrying about how to improve Arsenal with the ball and go on to challenge Guardiola at the top of the league. With this done, the 22-23 season was a watershed moment. Although the previous year had seen Arsenal take big steps forward, this was the season where they did that with the ball, and it led to the club becoming a permanent fixture at the top of the Premier League table. At that time, the allusions to Guardiola were inevitable. In the summer of 2022, Arteta signed Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko from Manchester City, and he would later describe their impact at Arsenal as world-changing. With Zinchenko inverting from fullback and Jesus playing as a Guardiola-like 9, it seemed clear that Arteta was following in the footsteps of his mentor and building a team in his image. But then something changed. Despite topping the Premier League table for a record 248 days, Arsenal eventually ceded ground to Manchester City, and the disappointment was compounded by a 4-1 loss to Guardiola's team at the Etihad that all but sealed Arsenal's fate as runners-up. That loss might have been a fork-in-the-road moment. Arsenal were missing William Saliba, and yet remained undeterred in their efforts to press City high and take the game to them. In response, City cut through them with ruthlessly efficient direct attacking, and it was a disaster. The next summer, Arsenal's transfer strategy was instructive. A record fee brought Declan Rice to the club. who joined Kai Havertz, Jurrien Timber and goalkeeper David Raya, 4 players who would all bolster the team's defensive output. This produced a different Arsenal to the previous season. They felt more resilient, and they had a drive to them that saw them winning games late on as they gradually ground teams down. And it was a team that seemed to have diverged from Guardiola's tactical blueprint. Where their ball progression numbers had jumped up the previous season, they now started to creep back down. Arteta appeared to be questioning one of Guardiola's central ideas. Was it really necessary for elite sides to possess the ball as much as possible to win games? As time had gone by, Arteta seemed less concerned about defending with the ball and increasingly comfortable about defending without it. But of course, spending less time on the ball does come at a cost. It is harder to create chances if you don't have it, and the numbers suggested as much. Arsenal ended up in 6th place in the Premier League ball possession table that season, a position which translated to 6th place on the open play expected goals table. But the Spanish coach also detected an edge here. With the help of Nicolas Over, the set-piece coach he brought with him from Manchester City, he went about turning set-pieces into a means of making up the difference for any decline in attacking numbers caused by this more defensively sturdy Arsenal. And with this combination of out-of-possession solidity matched up with very good attacking numbers, Arteta would do something that had never been achieved before during Guardiola's Premier League tenure. He would produce a team that were putting up better underlying numbers than Manchester City. In the end that season, Arsenal narrowly lost out on the title by a couple of points, but Arteta had shown that another route to Premier League supremacy was possible. And that of course brings us to the present day. It remains to be seen, of course, whether or not this new iteration of Arsenal can overcome the final hurdle of Manchester City. If they do, though, that victory will have been achieved by a coach who has diverged from the pathway that was laid in front of him. While the influence of Guardiola is apparent and will never go away, Mikel Arteta has evolved beyond his mentor and is introducing the world to a different way of coaching a football team. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel.
Man.
The Athletic.
I mean, he has done a good job at Arsenal, but shush, still shush, shush.